Cheers. I believe my mic's working and it says I'm live. So, I suppose I should check, eh? I know I'm live over here. And I guess what I want to talk about, nobody responded and said, what do you want to talk about? But, I'm always, if you have something you want to talk about or want to know from me, ask me. I will share if I know it. And if I don't, I might find out. So, get on my newsletter so that you know when I'm doing these, because I don't do them every single morning. I don't do them a certain day of the week. Looks like I'm good here. I'm just going to turn on the sound, make sure. Yep. I don't do them. So, it's right here in Instagram. It's on my profile. So here's what I was thinking. I think the very first cup of joe that I had with you, we talked a little bit about this, and it's important. You have to believe that you have what people want, that you have the knowledge, that you have, my mentor always says, you have the cookie. If you saw in my story, I did post that. I posted something about when you know what you have, you don't have to convince people because you know. There's a knowing. But I want to go a little bit deeper because there's also something else that she said in one of her deep abysses. If you ever want to come to one of those, let me know. I'll show you where to find the archives where you can listen to these. I mean, I listened to them 2-3 times. I'm probably going to listen to them again because every time I get something, and learn. So what she said was, you have to work on your belief until you become. And what does that mean? What does that mean if you think about it? What are you becoming? Obviously, in this home business niche, we are wanting to become something more. And that's what's so wonderful, because here in this business, we're encouraged to work on ourselves and become more. We're told, do your personal development, do your reading, do your journaling, do your meditations, whatever tool you use to change your mind to become something more. And I believe that we're all meant to do more. We have something inside that we're meant to give. And I think that's when things start to happen you've seen it, right? Where some people post things and write things or do videos. And I've done tons of videos where no one showed up. That's okay. Because I'm practicing, right? And getting better and better. But sometimes it just seems like there's nothing there. I don't know if that makes sense. An inert, something that's not in motion, doesn't seem to get that kind of attention or that kind of moving forward. And people who have that message inside and have worked on it, they have a fire burning inside. And people want to come around. They want to stand around and see and hear what they have to say, right? So, what are you doing? What are you becoming? right? Look, how do you work on that? How do you work on your vision? There's so many ways. Some people like to use vision boards. Some people use a plethora of things. Some people use mind movies. Some people journal. That's how I started out. I started out with journaling. I believe, boy, I wish I could remember because this is so long ago. I actually had an MP3 that I used to give away that was, 5 steps to manifesting whatever you wanted. And I just remember he said to write it down every single day. You write down this, how you can see yourself, feel it, your future self, and then you become. Hope that makes sense. But there's something about putting pencil to paper, so that's why. And it's interesting because I was talking to a friend the other night and she was telling me how things just showed up. And Ray Higdon always talks about it too. He talks about how he envisioned his perfect wife and she showed up just exactly. I mean, it's weird, right? But what you envision will come true. I mean, my husband likes to do all this landscaping, and you can tell he loves it. His yard is beautiful, and I help him all the time. But he has a vision of what it's going to look like. His pond, okay? I don't know if you've ever seen pictures of it, but when I first met him, it was nothing but a swamp, okay? But he had this vision, and he worked on it not all the time, but pretty much every day, a little bit here and there. He placed rocks around the pond. And years later, it's just absolutely beautiful. I mean, but he envisioned it that way. And he told me that because we're working on our property lines too, we're making a trail, and he has this vision in mind of what it's going to look like. And he said that, and he's right. Once I see it in my mind, and once I know what it's going to look like, it's going to happen. It's going to happen. So one book I recommend is, what was it called? Dr. Maltz wrote it, and it was called Psycho-Cybernetics, I think. It's really interesting. So read that. Read some Dr. Joe Dispenza books. And if you want personal help, I know people who can help you with hypnotism and NLP. It's really cool stuff. So work on you and you will become. So that's it. I just wanted to share my cup of joe and my thoughts for the day. And by the way, you have what it takes on the inside to do anything. So go out and get it. Love you guys. Thanks for popping in, and I will see you. Will I see you tomorrow? I don't know. You better get on my list because I don't know if I'm going to do one tomorrow or not. Maybe. We'll see. Let me know what you want to talk about too. And bring your coffee.